So next numerical is a car cover first half of the total distance with a speed of 36 km per hour and the second half with a speed of 54 km per hour. Find the average speed of the car. So half distance with this and half distance with 54 km per hour. You have to find the average speed of the car. So this is your homework. So next topic is velocity. So what is this velocity? You know the displacement. Displacement per unit time, that is velocity. You can write it as displacement per unit time. So this is like this. Displacement is in meter and time is in second. So unit of velocity is meter per second. You know velocity is equals to displacement upon time. Displacement is a vector quantity. So velocity is also a vector quantity. Like this. So next concept is the velocity is a vector quantity. Like this. Displacement can be positive, negative or zero also. So velocity can also be positive, negative and zero also. Like this. Next concept is, you know that distance is either greater than or either equal to displacement. This concept we have already discussed. So we can say that the speed is, distance is given by speed, means distance represents the speed with respect to time. Speed is either greater than or equals to velocity. Like you can say like. And velocity is also of three types. Uniform velocity. You can make a definition by yourself. Equal displacement and equal interval of time. Variable velocity. And you know third, this is average velocity. So what is the average velocity? Average velocity is the total displacement upon total time. So average velocity is total displacement upon total time. Like this. So you have to do this numerical on your own. Note down this numerical. A boy runs from his house to the market 1 kilometer away. He reaches the market in 30 minutes. Seeing the market closed, the market is closed. He at once runs back to his home. That means he makes up his mind to turn back to his home and stop after 15 minutes at his friend's house. Directly he is going to market that is 1 kilometer away. 30 minutes he is reaching there. And he turned back to his home. He continuously walked for 15 minutes. And then he stopped at his friend's house, which is half an kilometer from the market. So his friend house is half kilometer from the market. You have to calculate the average speed and you have to calculate the average velocity. So average speed is a total distance upon total time and average velocity is total displacement upon total time. So you have to calculate this. I have already given you the concept of average speed and average velocity. This is very much important thing. If the object is traveling in a straight line like this, then average speed is equals to average velocity. Average speed, they can ask a question in which case average speed equals to average velocity. Like this. Okay. Traveling in a straight road. But if the object changes the direction or path or changes the direction of motion, then average speed will not be equals to average velocity, like this. Next topic is instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity. So two things are there: instantaneous speed and instantaneous velocity. Suppose an object is traveling this distance with different speeds. The speed here is different, here is different, here is different, here is different, here is different. So speed at any instant of time is known as instantaneous speed. Suppose speed at 12:14, that will be instantaneous speed. Speed at any instant of time is instantaneous speed. Like this. Suppose a body has covered, it is at a, suppose this means this is from origin, this is at A, suppose it is at a distance xi, now it has moved to B position, that means from origin it is xf, so xf minus xi, that is the distance covered by the body, that will be equals to delta x. Suppose this body has covered this delta x in time t, delta t, suppose, then what will be the speed? Then speed will be distance covered upon time taken. Suppose here time is 5 seconds and after time is 10 seconds. 10 minus 5 is equal to 5, delta x. So when this speed, you got the formula of speed is equals to delta x upon delta t. Delta t tends to 0. Suppose limit delta t tends to 0. What this means? Suppose delta t is interval of time. This interval of time is suppose 5 seconds. This is delta t. This is delta t. This is delta t. Suppose this is delta t. And it is very short. Suppose this delta t is very short, approximately near to 0. That means it will have only one value, like 5 seconds or 6 seconds or 7 seconds. Now it is having 5 to 10. When it is approximately near to 0, 10 will collide with 5. Only one value we will get. We will get a single instant of time. When delta t tends to 0, we will get a single instant of time. So speed is equals to delta x upon delta t, limit delta t tends to 0. So what it will become? It will become very small distance upon very small time. This is dt is very small time. So when this limit of delta t tends to 0, delta x upon delta t, it will become dx by dt. That means very small time, and distance will also be very small. If we are considering the case of very small time, so distance covered will also be small. So that will be speed. So this is the formula of instantaneous speed, and instantaneous speed I am mentioning it as v dx by dt. V is equals to dx by dt, like this. And in your motorcycle or car, speedometer is there. That speedometer measures the instantaneous speed. Speedometer, it measures the instantaneous speed. Suppose delta x is the displacement, suppose in time delta t. So what will be the this instantaneous velocity? Instantaneous velocity will be equals to, velocity is the displacement upon time, but limit delta t tends to 0. Very small time. We will get very small displacement upon very small time, like this. This is instantaneous velocity. means uh, displacement per unit time at that instant, like this. So this is a numerical you have to try. A body is moving in a straight line. Suppose along x-axis. A body is moving like this along x-axis. Its distance from the origin is given by this equation. This is a quadratic equation. X is equals to 5t minus t square, where t is a time and x is a distance. That's why x is in meter and time t is in second. So this is equation. Suppose at time 1 you put 1, you will get the distance covered. You put time t2, you will get the distance covered in time 2 seconds, like this. Find the average speed of the body in the time interval t0 to t2. That means after 2 seconds, what will be the average speed? And you have to find the instantaneous speed at time t equals to 2 seconds. We at 2, what is the speed? And note down this important point: body is moving in a straight line. Then the distance covered, that will be equal to displacement, and instantaneous speed will be equals to instantaneous velocity. At any time, instantaneous speed will be equals to instantaneous velocity, because it is depending on distance and it is depending on displacement. And if distance and displacement are equal, they are also going to equal. So you have to create a difference between speed and velocity also. Next concept is uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion and non-uniform motion. Uniform motion means equal distance covered in equal interval of time, and non-uniform motion means unequal distance covered in equal interval of time. This we have studied in 7th class also, 9th class also. Displacement time graph. Suppose this side we are covering displacement and this side we are covering time. Here it is time, displacement in meter, and here it is time. We are getting this displacement time graph for uniform motion. We are drawing this displacement diagram for uniform motion. Suppose at time t1 the displacement is x1. So like this we will get a point here. Suppose at time t2 displacement is x2. Like here we are getting the point here. So we'll join both these points. This point is A, this point is B, like this. So what is the displacement? BC is the displacement. And what is the time interval? AC is the time interval. So displacement is, suppose object at time t1 is at x1 and at time t2 it is at x2. So displacement covered is x2 initial final minus initial position. Final distance covered minus initial. And time is t2 minus t1. So you know the velocity is equals to displacement upon time. So displacement you have already found out, x2 minus x1, and time you have already found out, t2 minus t1 is equals to velocity. So what is this x2 minus x1? This is BC. x2 minus x1 is BC. And what is this t2 minus t1? This is AC. Suppose this line is making angle theta. So what is this? This is BC. BC is perpendicular. What is this AC? This is base. Perpendicular upon base is tan theta. So BC upon AC is tan theta. And what is this? Change in vertical quantity, change in horizontal quantity, change in vertical quantity, change in horizontal quantity. So this is slope of displacement time graph. So what is this? This is slope. So slope of displacement time graph, it will give you the velocity. So they can ask a question. What is the slope of distance time graph or displacement time graph indicate? It indicates the velocity. Suppose this is the graph given to you. This is displacement and this is time. Suppose this is one slope it is given to you and this is another slope. This is of A car and this is of B car. They will say which car travel faster. You will take one time. Suppose T1. At T1 it has covered displacement of suppose 3 and at same time T2 it has covered 5. So whose displacement is more? A is having more displacement. So which car will move faster? So in time T1 it is covering 3 and in time T2 it is covering 5. So it's very much clear A is moving faster. A is moving